Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of r/slash JustNoMil. In today's episode, Jnmom is telling everyone I went and see over her saying my baby. My L must be involved. From her mail being delivered to my work now packages. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. Jnmom is telling everyone I went and see over her saying my baby. Not the fact that she's manipulative, abusive, and constantly lying and pushing boundaries, no, but because she occasionally calls Elo her baby or her princess. This is what she's telling people. Never mind the fact that she shares pictures of Elo with strangers, uses Elo like a prop, and deliberately ignores everything we tell her. No, that has nothing to do with any of it. I'm so mad that she's saying this to people, mostly because I'm sure she believes it to be true. At first I was shocked they would even entertain the absurdity, but then remembered how she's spent years trashing my image and had everyone believing I was an irresponsible rebel teen and even worse adult. So yeah, I can see how it fits into her narrative. I'm so angry I almost want to text her outlining the many reasons why she's not in our lives, but I know it would be pointless. Classic missing reasons. Mom can't accept the reason for estrangement, so is latching on to the most ridiculous, in her mind, reason you gave her. There's a case study on the website above where the estranged mother insists that her daughter gave her no reason for cutting contact, and says all her daughter did was scream obscenities. People like this literally cannot hear criticism, it's like TV static. I find that people turn on people like her eventually. They don't believe the lies forever. She can live in her misery while you live in peace. It's been over 30 years and they still believe her lies. A couple years ago, I had to explain to my aunt that I never ran away when I was 13 and my mother had made it up. I was at a sleepover she had agreed to and helped me pack for. This is so true. I feel like this will also happen to my JNMIL. Can't play victim forever. My mom is the same way. I really empathize with you. I'm currently pregnant with my first and I have been no/low contact most of my pregnancy. When I finally tried talking to her again, she stomped boundaries immediately, so I decided to go no contact with both her and my enabling father until they have 6 months of consistent therapy that they can provide proof of. I don't think it will actually make a difference though. My brother and Sale already went no contact with them shortly after their first child, and my parents' first grandchild, was born, but they never learn. Mom did the exact same sh*t to me that caused them to distance themselves, and I just got tired of it all. I'm here if you need a vent buddy. Oh, writing is meant to be cathartic in these situations? I've seen it time and time again to journal stuff or even write a goodbye letter. I've done them, some I burn, some I post to my social media. Either way I get to watch a fire burn, haha. Personally, I would get just as furious if I was ever to find out what my JNM says about me. I don't have flying monkeys come for me because they hate me. I guess they didn't appreciate me choosing my social for their letter. Whoops. I feel like this subreddit is my catharsis, lol. OMG, yes. Using Elo as a prop. So annoying. So disrespectful. Hate it. Sooner or later the mask will slip and people will see who she is. I have a JNMOM who I'm NC with. She did similar to me at the beginning of NC. I'd say everybody needs family. Everyone needs their parents, their ILs to be a complete family. It's what we all want. So it must have been something really serious, something unavoidable, that resulted in us going NC from her. It's obviously much more than that. Then I'd follow with the kicker. But in spite of the lies that she's spreading about me, I will not lower myself to speak ill of her to people. You won't hear me talk about her. So I would say just enough. This makes me reasonable and the innocent party to people who are basically in it for gossip. It's been many years now and my JNMOM is elderly. The few people left in her life have got her number. It's like they all take a class on victim blaming and avoiding accountability. I had a conversation with my mom where I finally agreed to discuss what happened because she was apparently confused as to why I had gone NC twice and asked her to go to therapy. I said, okay, you tell me what you think happened. She picked the least egregious violation out of all the things she's done that led me to cut her off in the middle of a major health crisis. Her help was worse than not having any. She proceeded to deny every single incident I brought up, and lie to cover the lies she had previously told me if I called her out. I told her we're NC for the foreseeable future. She responded by doing something that tops even all the other things to my siblings, so, yeah, they never learn and they will never admit fault. I don't even care what she's telling other people. Anyone who knows me well enough won't believe it, and if they do, then I don't want them close to me. You're right, she does believe it to be true. If she admits to one tiny fault, she doesn't have to look any deeper at herself. MIL must be involved. So my MIL is one of those people that must be center of attention. She loves being in charge and controlling the family. We have had major issues with simple and basic boundaries and disrespect toward me, which has led us to where we are now. Low contact. There has been a lot happen in the last few years, and over the past 12 months her mental health has declined and she is driving FIL insane. So my DH decided as a Father's Day gift he would take FIL to a game that MIL hates and he would take FIL out for dinner before the game. Everything was all planned. The other day I asked DH where they are going for dinner. He tells me he spoke with FIL, with MIL present, and it was decided she would cook for them instead and they would have dinner together at their house before the game. This makes me so furious, even though it doesn't involve me, so this time it's not really any of my business. DH was really opening his eyes up to her behavior prior to this. But I said to DH, can you not see what she has done here? And he really couldn't. He could not see how she had weaved herself into the plans and just could not let the two of them go out together just once without involving herself. I know this is a so thing as he should have seen it, but I just get so over this ongoing battle. He came out of the fog, saw all her BS and manipulation and is straight back to getting manipulated again. I give up. Be prepared for MIL to accidentally delay dinner in an attempt to have them miss the game. I bet your DH won't be expecting that. OP, tell him this on his way out the door. Have fun, but don't be surprised if something happens with your mom's dinner accidentally that causes you to be late or miss the game altogether. Don't elaborate, just wait for him to come home and tell you all her antics. Then forever you will have the moment she screwed up FIL's birthday baseball game to point at as a sign of her behavior. I predict that dinner will be late and they will miss the game. This 100. Wondering if dinner will be late so they can't go to the game or miss some of it. DH should think about that. DH should arrive and tell Dad that they are leaving at X time and leave at that time whether they had dinner or not. Otherwise, they will eat at the game. Bring backup food/snacks in the car so they can leave when they plan to despite her being late. State clearly that it's her fault, don't let her guilt them for leaving. She will try. Recommend this book to him, OP. Emotional blackmail, when the people in your life use fear, obligation, and guilt to manipulate you. Susan K. Forward, Donna Fraser. You see the light, however your husband has been in the FOG, fear, obligation, guilt, during his formative years with his mother being the authority over him, so cut him a bit of slack. It sucks that he backslided here, but once they have the dinner and she somehow horns in or sabotages it, cause you know she will somehow, he may get a clue. Suggest you take them out for breakfast/brunch as a treat instead. Take 2 cars. I'm just like you, it's not affecting me, but I would be so pissed at her. I imagine she wouldn't want FIL cooking dinner for her and DH if the plans were with her. And the gullibleness can get frustrating when it's clear to everyone else but them. It's one thing when she's rude to me, but when I see her be rude to the people who just want to help her, or a FAL, it's infuriating. Flying across the country with MIL who bought a massive oil painting and didn't want to ship it because it'll just be simpler to fly with it. Simple for you because your son is the one carrying the thing around. So then I took our big shared bag so he didn't have to carry both, and suddenly she asks me to take her suitcase. DH&BIL laughed it off and made jokes about only you would buy a massive painting from a thrift shop in another state and fly with it, and she's joking back with the strangers around us, it's just easier, hee super easy when you expect everyone else to carry all your sh*t for you? Ugh, I feel you so much. My Mael tries to pull the same thing sometimes. Once had a date day and stopped by FMIL for a bit before going out to dinner. MIL tried to demand we stay there so she can make dinner instead. We kept saying no thank you, it's our date day, we only get one every few months, continued to tell us no, I'll make dinner, stay here. From her mail being delivered to my work now packages. I'm at a loss. I wasn't at work that day but my boss refused to accept it and sent it back. I called my ex-husband, and he's mortified. The package wasn't very big, maybe the size of a wallet, but why is she doing this? Edit, after reading some comments. Yes, we are sending the mail back now after the first time. My boss is very understanding about it, and understands this has nothing to do with me. I left her son years ago, I don't know why now she is stirring the pot. I refuse to engage, and haven't so far. This is my ex-husband's circus. She doesn't know my number, or my socials. My guess is she is trying to get my attention so she has more contact with our daughters, which all three can't stand her, or maybe she realized I was actually the only in-law from her kids who actually tried to attempt a relationship with her. I don't know. And I believe it's a control thing. Think about it. In her mind, if you accept her packages, it means you will be forced to see her, and when you go to give her the items, she can start attacking you. I think you may be right, but I keep second-guessing myself, and think I'm overreacting. I know she's gonna pull I'm old, and my mind is going. I know how she works. To add to this, if OP doesn't give her the packages, then she can call OP a thief. She's made sure it's win/win for her and lose/lose for OP, keep sending everything that arrives back. She definitely is trying to get you to have to reach out to give her the mail. Or worst case, trying to set you up to claim you're committing some kind of identity theft. Do you have the equivalent of postmaster you can make a report to? The only reason I can see her doing this is to force contact with you because the children she tried to steal live at your house. She is obviously crazy for trying to steal your children, and maybe over the years her mind is frizzled that much more. She probably thinks that if she sees you in person it will be easier for her to manipulate you into letting her have access to the children, so she sends mail, and maybe you don't have her address to forward it to her, so she will want to see you in person. Good thing you can tell your ex about what she's doing. Maybe he and his family can do an intervention. The only other thing is you can send her a cease and desist letter and hope that scares her enough to stop. If she still doesn't stop, you might have to get a RO or some other official attention to get her to stop contacting you. She hasn't actually hurt you yet, but most people's bosses don't appreciate being dragged into family drama, and you don't want this to jeopardize your employment. That would hurt you and your family. She has some convoluted and delusional reasoning to think that you will give her anything now. Ask boss to continue to do this, and any package you receive write not known at this address on it and return it to post office. She is trying to force contact, so ignore her. She thinks it'll force you to be nice and contact her to give her her mail. Instead, you should write return to sender, not at this address on every piece of it, and send it right back. I remember your first post about this. If this is going on, you really need to look at legal routes you can take with this. Jnmom has involved a business/corporation now, and I'm pretty sure they have lawyers/attorneys. Hope JNMIL doesn't have any plans for the next few years. Can post office block? Because it bothers you. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and we will see you in the next video.